ओम नमो भगवते वास
हम्म।
हरे कृष्णा। वेलकम टू ऑल डिवोटीज। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवती नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा. We try to understand Srimad Bhagavatam Skanda first and shloka number 32 and 33 of chapter 9. Shri Bhishma Uvacha
श्रीभीष्म उवाच
iti matihi upkalpita vitrushna
इति मतिभिः विकुल
उपकल्पित
उपकल्पिता वितृष्णा
भगवती सात्वत पुंगवे विभुम्नि
भगवती सात्वत पुंगवे विभूम्नि
स्वसुखम उपगते क्वचित विहर्तुम
स्वसुखम उपगते क्वचित् विहर्तुम्
प्रकृतिम उपेयुषी यद्भव प्रवाह
प्रकृतिम् उपेयुषि यत् भव प्रभावः
त्रिभुवन कमनम तमालवर्णम
त्रिभुवनं कमनं
तमालवर्णम
तमालवर्णम्
रविकर गौर अंबरम ददाने रविकर
रविकरं
गौरव
गौरवर
गौ
अंबरं दधाने
वपुः अलक कुल आवृत्त आवृत्त आननाब्जम
वपुर
वपुः अलक कुल
वपुः अलक
कुल
कुल
आवृत
आवृत
आनन अब्जम
अनाब्जम्
विजय सखे रति अस्तु में नवद्या अनवद्या विजय सखे रति अस्ति अस्तु में
अस्तु मे
अनवद्या.
न अवद्या
श्री भीष्म उवाच
श्री भीष्म उवाच
इति मतिः उपकल्पिता वितृष्णा
इति मतिः उपकल्पिता वितृष्णा
भगवती सात्वत पुंगवे विभुम्नि
भगवती सात्वत पुंगवे विभूम्नि
स्वसुखमुपगते क्वचित् विहर्तुम्
स्वसुखम् उपगते क्वचित् विहर्तुम्
प्रकृतिम् उपेयुषि यद्भव प्रवाह
प्रकृतिमुपेयुषि यद्भव प्रवाह
त्रिभुवनकमणं तमालवर्णं
त्रिभुवनकमनं तमालवर्णं
रविकर गौरव गौरवर अंबरं दधाने
रविकर गौर वरांबरं दधाने
वपुः अलक कुल आवृत आनन अब्जम
वपुः अलक कुल आवृत अनन अब्जम
विजय सके रति अस्तु मे अणवद्या.
विजय सखे रतिरस्तु मे अनवद्या
श्री भीष्म उवाच इति मतिः उपकल्पिता वितृष्णा भगवती सात्वत पुंगवे विभुम्नि स्वसुखम उपगते क्वचित् विहर्तुं प्रकृतिम उपेयुषि यद्भव प्रवाह त्रिभुवन कमणं तमालवर्णं रविकर गौरवर अंबरं ददाने वपु अलक कुल आवृत आनन अब्जम विजय सके रति अस्तु मे अनवद्या.
श्रीभीष्म उवाच इति मतिः उपकल्पिता वितृष्णा भगवती सात्वत पुंगवे विभुम्नि स्वसुखम् उपगते क्वचिद् विहर्तुं प्रकृतिम् उपेयुषि यद्भव प्रवाह त्रिभुवन कामनं तमालवर्णं रविकर गौरवरांबरं दधाने वपुः अलक कुल आवृत अनन अब्जम विजय सखे अरतिः अस्तु मे अनवद्या
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhishmadev said, let me now invest my thinking, feeling and willing, which were so long engaged in different subjects and occupational duties, in the all-powerful Lord Sri Krishna. He is always self-satisfied, but sometimes being the leader of the devotees, he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending to the material world, although from him only the material world is created. Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. he has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the tamal tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary system, upper, middle, and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction, and may I not desire pretty results. Purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because Vishmadeva was a statesman, the head of the Kuru dynasty, a great general, and a leader of Kshatriyas. His mind was tuned over so many subjects, and his thinking, feeling, and willing were engaged in different matters. Now, in order to achieve pure devotional service, he wanted to invest all powers of thinking, feeling, and willing entirely in the Supreme Being, Lord Krishna. He is described herein as the leader of the devotees and all powerful, although Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. He himself descends to earth to bestow upon his pure devotees the boon of devotional service. He descends sometimes as Lord Krishna as he is, and sometimes as Lord Chaitanya. Both are leaders of the pure devotees. Pure devotees of the Lord have no desire other than the service of the Lord, and therefore they are called Sattvata. The Lord is the chief amongst such Sattvatas. Vishmadeva therefore had no other desire unless one is purified from all sorts of material desire. The Lord does not become one's leader. Desires cannot be wiped out, but they have only to be purified. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 10.8 by the Lord himself that he gives his instruction from within the heart of a pure devotee who is constantly engaged in the service of the Lord. Such instruction is given not for any material purpose, but only for going back home, back to Godhead. For the ordinary man who wants to lord it over material nature, the Lord only sanctions and becomes a witness of activities. But he never gives the devotee instructions for going back to Godhead. That is the difference in dealings by the Lord with different living beings, both the devotee and the non-devotee. He is leader of all the living beings, as the king of the state rules both the prisoners and the free citizens, but his dealings are different in the terms of devotee and non-devotee. Non-devotees never care to take any instructions from the Lord, and therefore the Lord is silent in their case, although he witnesses all their activities and awards them the necessary result, good or bad. The devotees are above this material goodness and badness. They are progressive on the path of transcendence, and therefore they have no desire for anything material. The devotee also knows Sri Krishna as the original Narayan because Lord Sri Krishna, by his plenary portion, appears as the Karnadaksha Vishnu, the original source of all material creation. The Lord also desires the association of his pure devotees, and for them only the Lord descends to the earth and enlivens them. The Lord appears out of his own will. He is not forced by the conditions of material nature. He is therefore described here as the Vibhu or the Almighty, for he is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. When Sri Krishna, by his own internal pleasure, appears on earth, he does so by the agency of his internal potency. The attractive features of his transcendental body are desired in all three worlds, namely the upper, middle, and lower planetary system. Nowhere in the universe are there such beautiful bodily features as those of Lord Krishna. Therefore, his transcendental body has nothing to do with anything materially created. Arjuna is described here as the conqueror and Krishna is described as his intimate friend. Bhishmadeva, on his bed of arrows after the battle of Kurukshetra, is remembering the particular dress of Lord Krishna which he put on as the driver of Arjuna's chariot while fighting was going on between Arjuna and Bhishma. Bhishma's attraction was drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna, and indirectly he admired his so-called enemy Arjuna for possessing the Lord as his friend. Arjuna was always a conqueror because the Lord was his friend. Bhishmadeva takes this opportunity to address the Lord as Vijay Sakhe, friend of Arjuna, because the Lord is pleased when he is addressed conjointly with his devotees who are related with him in different transcendental humors. While Krishna was the charioteer of Arjuna, sun rays glitter on the dress of the Lord, and the beautiful hue created by the reflection of such rays was never forgotten by Bhishmadeva. As a great fighter, he was relishing the relation of Krishna in chivalrous humor, a transcendental relation with the Lord in any one of the different rasas humor is relishable by the respective devotees in the highest ecstasy, less intelligent mundaners who want to make a show of being transcendentally related with the Lord artificially jump at once to the relation of conjugal love, imitating the damsels of Vrajadam. Such a cheap relation with the Lord exhibits only the best mentality of the mundaner, because one who has relished conjugal humor with the Lord cannot be attached to worldly conjugal rasa, which is condemned even by mundane ethics. The eternal relation of a particular soul with the Lord is evolved. A genuine relation of the living being with the Supreme Lord can take any form out of the five principal rasas, and it does not make any difference in transcendental degree to the genuine devotee. Bhishmadeva is a concrete example of this, and it should be carefully observed how the great general is transcendent. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवान् च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा. We try to understand shloka 32 and 33 of chapter 9 of Srimad Bhagavatam Skanda Pehla. Prabhuji will tell us in detail. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam tadami buddhi-yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Buddhi-yogam is what is very, very important and very significant. Because what is important is how we have to be always in Krishna consciousness. That is the highest intelligence. So buddhi is intelligence. So if we are trying to go back home, back to Godhead, and we are taking fully to Krishna consciousness in devotional service, then that is Buddhi-yoga. So, it is a process by which one can get out of the entanglement of the material world. And this is exactly what is the objective, the ultimate goal of progress, that we have to achieve Krishna prema. So, when a person is knowing the goal of life, but still if someone is going to be getting addicted to the karma phalaha, then it is karma yoga. When he knows that the goal is Krishna, but takes pleasure in mental speculations to understand Krishna, then he is in Jnana yoga. But if someone knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, it is bhakti yoga or buddhi yoga, which is complete. This is the highest perfectional stage of life. And that is what is being actually shown practically by Bhishma Dev right now. So here we are seeing that Bhishma Dev, he is telling that now I'm going to invest my thinking, my feeling, my willing. Because till yesterday, till that moment, they were in different subjects. But now all the TFW, that is thinking, feeling, and willing, will be in all powerful Lord Krishna. And how is Krishna? He is Atmaram. He is self-satisfied. But because he is the leader of the devotees, he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending to the material world. So now I'm going to invest everything, TFW, thinking, feeling, willing, in Krishna. See, Bhishmadev was a great leader, and he was used over the years, over so many generations, for so many different activities. Because he was a statesman as well. But because he knew that Antakale Chamame was Maran Muktva Kalevaram, he wanted to invest everything, the powers of his thinking, feeling, willing, entirely in Krishna. And that is why he is described herein as the leader of the devotees and all powerful. See, Krishna was in front of him because he had descended to bestow upon his pure devotees the boon of devotional service. Sometimes he comes as Krishna, as it is, or sometimes as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In both incarnations, what is important is they want to shower the love on pure devotees. Because pure devotees have no desire other than seva, service of the Lord. And that is why the devotees are called as Satvat. Similarly, Vishwadev is now showing that he had no other desires. So, if you want Krishna to become our leader, if you want Krishna to be leading us back home, back to Godhead, then you have to be purified from all sorts of material desires. See, desires is not something like it is something written on a blackboard which can be wiped off. No. We can only purify the desires. And that is what we saw here in the shloka from Bhagavad Gita, which I was reading right now. That Krishna gives instructions from within the heart of a pure devotee who is engaged in the service of the Lord. He is acting as Chaitya Guru. And his instructions are always to guide us for going back home. We are seeing so many crores and billions of people out here who have got human form of life, but they use it to lord over the material nature. Krishna is witnessing to all of these activities. But he never gives the non-devotee instructions for going back to Godhead. So this is the difference in dealings of the Lord with different living beings. For a devotee, he is ensuring that he is being given the direction. And for non-devotees, he's just noting out everything as Paramatma. So it is like the Prime Minister or the presidents who are ruling the state. So the state has prisoners as well as free citizens. For prisoners, they are witnessing, oh, now you're punished. For free citizens, they have freedom. So the dealings are different. Similarly, Krishna is dealing differently when it comes to devotees and non-devotees. That is what we have to understand. Whether we want to continue in this cycle of birth, old age, disease, and death, or get over and above it to a place where we'll have eternal happiness. The choice is with us. But the guidance to take the choice lies when we get the kripa or the mercy of the devotees. Because bhakti does not come automatically. Bhakti comes because of the mercy of the devotees. The devotees shower their mercy. We somehow get to hear about Krishna. We get some book about Krishna. We get Krishna Prasadam. And we start understanding Krishna. We start actually getting attracted towards Krishna. And then, because the devotees have got ourselves involved, slowly and steadily, we find our bona fide spiritual master, a guru. So, guru can be a shiksha guru and then a diksha guru. So, bona fide spiritual master will help us to become intelligent enough to make progress. And Krishna from within gives the instructions even to the guru so that he may ultimately come to him without difficulty. So the qualification is that a person should always engage himself in Krishna consciousness and with love and devotion render all kinds of services. We should perform some sort of work for Krishna. And it should be with love, not as compulsion. If a devotee starts doing it, the Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately attain. The devotees are progressive on the path of transcendence and therefore they do not desire for anything material. And we know Krishna as the original Narayan because he is the source of all material creation. Karunadakshay Vishnu. The Lord also desires the association of his pure devotees. And so he descends to the earth and enlivens them. The Lord appears out of his own will. There are no conditions enforced by material nature on him. He is Vibhu, the Almighty. He is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. And that is what came in this shloka, Vibhu, where he was addressed as Vibhu. And then we see he is not only that, Krishna, his description is being given by Bhishmadev. And he is being, Krishna Bhishmadev is trying to tell us how he's attracting everyone in the three planetary systems. His lotus face, his glittering yellow dress, his sandalwood. And Bhishmadev is saying that he should only be the object of his attraction and he should not desire any fruitive results. His body is bluish, resembling the color of a tamala tree. See, Krishna has appeared because of the internal potency. And his attractive features of his transcendental body, they're attracting all the three things. There can be nothing more beautiful than Krishna. And here even Arjuna is mentioned. Arjuna Sakhe. So Krishna is an intimate friend of Arjuna, who is the conqueror, Vijaya Sakhe. So Bhishma's attraction, we see, is drawn by Krishna, his glittering dress. And he is in fact also showing his admiration for Arjuna because Arjuna has Krishna as his friend. Arjuna became a Vijaya because he always was accompanied by Krishna as his friend. And Krishna likes when he is addressed conjointly with his devotees, which are related with him in different transcendental humors. And so, when Vishnu Devi is addressing him as Vijaya Sakya, Krishna is liking it. But people sometimes don't understand these intricate relationships of Krishna with his devotees. And that is why Prabhupada ji says that it is very important that we study the scriptures under the guidance of a Guru Parampara system from the right source. So, as we were talking the other day, Bhagavad Gita is your graduation, Bhagavatam post-graduation, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is super specialization or doctorate, but then they are not to be read only for the shlokas and the translation, but the purpose which Srila Prabhupada has given. It is only through the purpose that we understand the real essence. Otherwise, we'll get easily distracted. So we need to understand how Bhishma Dev is exemplifying everything for us. He was a great general, but then through these prayers, he has become transcendentally related with the Lord as well. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.